Hello guys, I'm Antoine from ATM Tech. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a quick look at the latest and greatest from Samsung, the Note 20 Ultra. The Note series launch is one of my favorite launches of the year, and today I'm really excited to share my first impressions of the new Note 20 Ultra. But before we get into it, the intro. So ladies and gentlemen, here it is. So the Note 20 actually comes in two flavors this year, just like last year, but they've changed the naming convention a little bit. So this year we have the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra, whereas last year we had the Note 10 and the Note 20 Plus. It seems like Samsung's really going all in with this Ultra naming convention, as they used with the S20 Ultra back in March. So the phone we're going to be looking at in today's video is the Note 20 Ultra. And I don't know about you, but when I hear Ultra, I expect top level performance in every aspect. So this is just the first impressions. I've spent about 24 hours with this phone, put my SIM card in it straight away just to get the full experience and to really see how I'll get on with this phone. Starting with design, there were two things that stood out to me initially when I first got this phone. The first thing is that from the front, it looks basically identical to the Note 10 Plus, which is not a bad thing at all. The Note 10 Plus was a beautiful phone. The second thing was the back. Now the back has this really sort of shimmery, soft touch effects. So Samsung devices are notorious for being fingerprint magnets, but with this new finish, I don't know what to call it. With this new material, fingerprints are much less of an issue. It also gives a nice soft touch to the finish and gives a bit more grip in your hand. Because of the extra grip on the phone, I'm actually in two minds whether to get a case on it or not. The reason why I do usually get a case is that phones are typically quite slippery, and even with the size of this phone, the back finish makes it really easy to hold on to. So I do feel quite confident, and I may not get a case for it. We'll see. Another thing with this phone that you cannot miss is that big old stinking camera bump. Now, we thought the camera bump in the S20 Ultra was big. The Note 20 Ultra definitely gives this a run for its money. That's not to say it's a bad thing. Me personally, I don't mind the hump at all. However, for some people, it may be more of an issue. So definitely, if the hump's going to be an issue for you, definitely slap a case on it and that will eliminate the hump straight away. But without a case, definitely rocks on the table. So that camera hump does house a triple camera system, quite similar to what was in the Note 20 Ultra. So you have a 108 megapixel wide angle camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 12 megapixel zoom camera. Once again, Samsung have gone for the periscope style zoom lens in the bottom, part of the reason why this camera hump is so large. But interestingly enough, they've reduced the zoom from 100 down to 50. Safe to say, I don't think anyone is going to miss that last 50 times worth of zoom. When you get to the 55, 75, 100 times zoom, it was virtually unusable. But where the power of the periscope zoom comes in is the range of 10, 20 times zoom, where you're getting a lot more reach without compromising on that much quality. And on the front, you've got a 10 megapixel selfie camera. What I found was interesting is that that's down from 40 megapixels in the S20 Ultra to obviously 10 in the Note 20 Ultra. Not really sure how much difference that will make, but I'm thinking about doing a camera comparison between the S20 Ultra and the Note 20 Ultra. If that's something you'd like to see, leave a comment down below. With the Note 20 Ultra, Samsung ticked all the boxes you'd expect them to tick with a Note device. So it has a Snapdragon 865 Plus processor in the US and Korean markets. The rest of the world, it has a Exynos 990 processor. We won't get into that debate. It's another video, another conversation. Storage-wise, it has 256 gigabytes built-in storage, as well as being expandable up to 1 terabyte with a micro SD card. It also has 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's a dual SIM device. It can take one 5G SIM and one 4G SIM, or one 4G or 5G SIM and a micro SD card. They call that hybrid SIM. It's a 6.9-inch display, and Samsung are known for making the best displays on the market. And once again, they've absolutely nailed it with this Note 20 Ultra. So I already said Samsung have the best displays on the market, and they took that to the next level with the S20 Ultra by introducing a 120 Hz refresh rate screen. And we've seen this on the S20 and the S20 Ultra already, but it's absolute butter. it makes such a difference. You still can't use 120 Hz and QHD, but the new cliche is I'll take refresh rate over resolution all day long. One thing Samsung have implemented with the new Note is the refresh rate is now variable or adaptive, as they've called it in the menu. So when you're scrolling, playing games, it will stay in the high refresh rate. When you're just viewing documents, looking at photos, that sort of thing, it will stay in the 60 Hz range. The idea is that it will help to save battery. The battery on the S20 range could have been better, so hopefully with this new adaptive variable refresh rate, the battery life on this new Note 20 Ultra will be that bit better, hopefully. As I said, this is just the first impressions, but I'll definitely have a full review for you guys soon. They've also introduced wireless DeX. Now, for those of you that have been following Samsung for a little while, you probably already know all about DeX, but for those of you that don't know, DeX is a almost Windows type interface. So back in the day, there was a little dock. You plug your phone into the dock, you connect that dock to a screen, get a keyboard, mouse, and you'd have a desktop experience or a DeX experience. Previously, there was a dock, then they upgraded it so you just needed a cable. Now it's completely wireless. It uses the Miracast standard, so any device, TV, smart dongle that has that capability, you'll be able to use DeX wirelessly with. And of course, it's not a new Note without some new S Pen features. So Samsung have made the note taking a little bit more intelligent. So the writing to text conversion is a lot more intelligent. You also have tools in your Notes app to, if you're like me and you tend to write a bit crooked, you can actually straighten that out. Really handy if you're taking a lot of notes really quickly, but you want to make them a bit more legible later on, or potentially send them to someone. And then you've got some new gestures that allow you to control a bit more of the phone. Previously, it was things like taking photos and skipping a track, but now you can go back to home screen, control your multitasking apps, that sort of thing. How practical or useful that is remains to be seen. I will test it out. I will try to use it. I will make myself use it. We'll see whether it's something that I will continue to use or whether it's just a new feature that kind of gets forgotten about down the line, but time will tell. So yeah, that's just a really quick one today. As I said, just my first impressions after 24 hours with the Note 20 Ultra. I'm definitely going to be working on a full review, so I look forward to that. If you haven't seen it already, I'll actually be doing a first impressions on the standard Note 20 as well. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. But once again, thanks for watching. I'm Antoine from ATM Tech, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.